Now at 4, an ongoing dispute at Indiana University over its student-led newspaper and claims of censorship. Details on what some say is the real story here.
And the clouds and some slightly cooler temperatures have moved in through the day today. We'll let you know about a not so warm forecast coming up.
All right, Rob, and a place to play, the new and improved landscape on the southeast side, and why city leaders say this is just the beginning. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Good afternoon. We begin here at 4 o'clock with a big change at IU, a sign of the times or censorship. That's the debate, and it all centers on the university's student newspaper.
The Indiana student, Dale student, says school leaders will no longer publish the paper. Ashton Hackman talked with student editors today, and Ashton, they tell you that they're still processing this?
Yeah, because today's announcement comes just a day after the media school administration fired the director of student media, who was serving as their advisor. Now, this is a copy of that letter. The IDS provided it to us. In it, media school dean David Tolchinsky claims now former director Jim Rodenbush, quote, failed to lead and communicate on behalf of the administration regarding plans to shift focus at the school from print to digital news media. But the student leaders running the paper called it censorship. The paper used to be published weekly, but was cut to just periodic special editions earlier this year. Tomorrow, the paper was about to publish their 4th special publication. They tell me media school leaders explicitly asked for no news to be published in the homecoming publication.
If they're willing to violate the First Amendment for what they view as a business decision, it doesn't matter that it's print. It could go anywhere.
The IDS publishes a great amount on their website and social media pages. Both student editors tell me right now the administration has not said there are any restrictions for publishing there. I was not able to reach the media school dean today. I was told he is not in the office. An IU spokesperson said the university does not comment on personnel matters like this, but did issue this statement today. It reads, quote, as part of the 2024 action plan for student media, the campus is shifting resources from print to digital media, prioritizing student experiences that are more consistent with today's digital-first media environment, while also addressing a long-standing structural deficit at the IDS. Editorial control remains fully with IDS leadership, and the university will continue to work closely with them to ensure the strength, sustainability, and independence of student media at IU. There is just so much to this complex story. It dates back before last year. Obviously, the paper was running a deficit, and that was some of the concerns that the school administration at least put to the students, and they've been going through talks like this for quite some time.
And I was trying to say daily earlier, and I think that's still another question, like, is it going to still be a daily publication even though it is still digital? Will the resources still be there for something like that?
Well, and being told allegedly that they couldn't publish news in the print, would that have saved money, or you wonder what the reasoning for that was? And maybe that's still a question that hasn't been answered yet.
Well, hopefully we can give you some more answers coming up at 6 for the full story.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashton.
We'll see you then. Thanks, Ashton. Michael Pruitt, the Johnson County coroner, is out of jail today on bond after pleading not guilty on 14 charges. He is facing 7 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and 7 counts of furnishing alcohol to a minor. Court documents say Pruitt texted a 17-year-old about alcohol multiple times while mentoring her in 4-H. Pruitt's now under 2 no-contact orders after turning himself in on a warrant. He's due back in court in December.
And we are following weather. Rob Ellis is here following weather for us as we are starting to hopefully see some rain soon.
Yeah,
we need it.
We certainly need it. Now, there is a chance today. It's a very, very small chance, but it's there. The better chance, I think, is going to come later in the week. That's going to be Saturday. I know that's going to be a big day for a lot of IU fans. I have made some changes to that part of the forecast, but in the meantime, let's talk about the rain chance we have right now. Temperatures have been quite a bit cooler because of all the clouds that have rolled in. There's also a front that's trying to move across the state. You can see the difference in temperatures. 60s, mid-60s to the north, 64 right now, and several locations it's popping up at some of the cooler locations here, Kokomo up to Marion, and then mid-70s farther farther to the south. So the front is trying to move its way across the state. I said that this would kind of be a washed out front, and we see that when you look at the wider view here. The front sits about right here. If you can't make it out in the satellite and radar with some of the clouds and showers draped across the area, you certainly can make it out in the temperatures. Now, notice how well defined it is a little farther to the west. Meanwhile, it's not as well defined across parts of Indiana and even over up into Michigan. So that cooler air will try to slide through for tonight, but it's not going to be dramatically cooler. Temperatures in the 50s. The front really isn't going to try to pass through at this point. 53 for our expected low temperature, and then tomorrow expecting to break back out into some sunshine, but expecting to be into the low 70s for tomorrow. So a quiet pattern for a couple of days. I'll talk more about Saturday's forecast coming up in just a few. In the meantime, traffic overall not too bad. Most of the issues that we're having right now are on the north side. 465, good volume here across parts of 465 on the north side, heading both westbound and eastbound. Let's say between 865 and over to Meridian. On the east side, we've had a couple of accidents here. Let me take you to a couple of traffic cameras. The traffic where you see the two fire engines there, that is headed eastbound. Because those are blocking those right two lanes, that has the traffic down to one lane. That's going to be super problematic as we get into an area that already is congested because of the ongoing construction that's happening there at 69 and 465 on the northeast side. This camera here is at Allisonville Road. Also, I mentioned the traffic volume right now on the north side. Look at the traffic backing up near Ditch Road, heading between Michigan and Meridian. It's going to be slow going this afternoon.
Franklin Township families have a new place to play and connect with nature, and it's all thanks to a nearly $3 million renovation project.
Our Brandon Schaff looked into that today. He shows us what it looks like and talked with families who are understandably eager to enjoy it.
The newly renovated Franklin Township Community Park was unveiled by city leaders on Wednesday, a welcome sight for those who live nearby.
It's a huge change. The old park, it wasn't much there, but this one, I mean, the kids are going crazy over it.
Kayla Squires lives nearby and brought her 3 kids to see the new park. She says that it makes a big difference to her family, since they used to drive further away to a nicer park. Now, they'll come here, just a couple of minutes away from their home.
It is just one of 6 parks in our southern townships that will soon be receiving renovations very similar to the ones you see today.
Joe Hogsett joined Indy Parks director Brittany Crone and others for the ribbon cutting. Renovations include a new playground, pickleball and basketball courts, paved trails, and more. Crone says that it enhances the quality of life for those who use the park's many features.
We hope that neighbors see the investments from this administration and the wonderful gift from the Lilly Endowment as a new step in that direction to that vision where our parks across the city look like this.
London Key and Hezekiah Waters attend nearby Franklin Central High School. Key says the park used to be unsafe, especially for kids. They praised the new look, saying that it's much more kid-friendly now.
People actually want to come here and be here, maybe enroll their kids into school, come live around here, get a house built.
Both say they'll come here more often now.
It looks 10 times better. I feel like everybody can really get along here. It'll be more of a positive community.
With the park open for the community to enjoy, Key and Waters say that they hope that it stays as nice as it looks now. Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Thank you, Brandon. And as you heard the mayor say, other groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings are going to be taking place next year in parks across the city. Another big development is making its way to Whitestown.
The Boone County Economic Development Corporation is announcing a $29.4 million investment from Fiber Global. The investment is set to bring its second U.S. manufacturing facility to Whitestown, which has a booming and developing community.
We still want to maintain that community feel for the Whitestown residents and the community. So we strive to bring in businesses that are going to promote community engagement, be good community partners, diversify our tax base, and really benefit the central region of Indiana.
Fiber Global is a company focusing on transforming consumer waste into sustainable materials. The new expansion is also creating more than 100 high-paying jobs expected to be on the market by 2029. Okay, foodies, listen up. The ultimate showdown for food lovers is happening right here in Indianapolis starting tomorrow.
We are talking about the World Food Championships, a time for chefs around the world to show off their skills, and even more importantly, a time for you to get your hands on some tasty tastings.
You got that right. This year's competition is going to feature more than 300 chefs and culinary teams. Here's just a little taste.
Look, it's ribs.
On the screen.
Look,
Ooh, on
ribs.
lower left, I see it. And look at that burger on the top there.
Bacon.
We got the chance to sit down with some competitors earlier this afternoon to learn more about the event.
We started this morning bright and early doing load-in, receiving deliveries. We have to build a kitchen from scratch. We're outside the fairgrounds in the new pavilion. So yeah, it's really cool to watch everything come together and to see especially the new chefs come into town and watch their faces. Like, you can see the anxiety on people. So it's really, for me this year, it's kind of relaxing because pressure's not there.
Craig there was the 2017 world champion.
Ooh, a world champion. Where'd all those desserts and stuff go?
Oh, we ate
in the
them.
newsroom?
We ate them.
Okay.
All of them. Every last one.
Yeah. Well, the World Food Championships kicks off at the Indiana Farm Bureau Fall Creek Pavilion at the State Fairgrounds and Event Center tomorrow. We've got ticket information and more posted right now on WTHR.com.
The Indianapolis Colts 5-1, sitting atop the AFC, now a chance to go to 6-1. Why a majority of their games and those experiences this year may help them heading forward. Much more on that coming up on 13 Sports.